Hello again, viewers. We're going to do World War II's tank number 019. I guess one of the more recent ones is the Panzer II light tank that the Germans used in World War II. World War II seems to be a video game. There's some shots from it. And then over here we have some stats of the tank itself. It's a light tank, so let's see. It's only crew of 3 and it's only 9 tons or so. And then 1930s, yeah, so this was at the beginning of the war. They used this thing. So we'll just take a quick look at the instructions and then I'll fast forward and see at the end of this thing. What is this? Alright. Okay, so nice illustration. There are the parts that you should have. Oh. Before these things used to be books, so this is just a pamphlet, and that works. I guess it'd probably be cheaper to just fold paper than to staple it. So not many steps involved. And then here they recommend some paint colors for you. I'm just going to leave this gray and weather it. Okay, I'll see you at the end of this. this is a nice, pretty quick build actually. I would guess it took maybe 4 hours or less, maybe an hour to put it together, and then the rest is just weathering. So I did clear coat it twice though. I weathered it a tiny bit, then clear coated it with a matte spray can, not even hobby stuff. And then I applied the decals, and then I weathered that again, and then a final matte coat. So yeah, I didn't really show the spray can stuff. It's not worth resetting the camera in a different location. So putting this together was pretty straightforward. There was nothing majorly wrong. Like, I didn't even pay attention to the instructions and cut everything off the sprues, but eventually I figured out which panel went where, because they spaced the grooves differently. Like, even though that panel looks like that panel, the mating part is different for each location. So it's very well designed. Also, this hanging hook here is very well designed. It's literally just floating in space with a separate piece, so very cool. Nothing really needed to be sanded down or trimmed off in a weird way. I suppose if you're really picky, you know, this has a little bit of a ledge, the bottom to the top part of the turret, but I'm not so picky, so I don't really care. The turret is really tightly on there, though, which is good, because it's not going to be a floppy mess. In fact, actually, we should try to open the doors. I didn't glue these shut, because I think these hinges might be okay. Well, you know what, that's not strong enough, that plastic toothpick. Here we go. Ooh boy, will this break? Because it's like no slack in the system here. Maybe if I hold one door down. Oh, there we go. It did break loose. That's all crazy glue vapor. Because some of the parts were loose. That is one thing to make note of. Maybe like 4 or 5 of the pieces you press in were very loose, so I had to crazy glue them, and that's all the vapor left over. That's fine. This is a nice big hatch actually. So let me get my UFON commander lady, and yeah, she fits fine. Although you gotta kind of use poster putty because she doesn't have any legs, so she just wants to fall backwards. But there's plenty of room for this UFON character. You could fit it for even a fatter character. Let me try this Blocks MOC. I don't even know what brand this is. It's this generic action figure from AliExpress. And that character fits in there okay. But clearly looks a little very, very toy-like. So for now I prefer this UFON thing. Alright, well anyways, you got that thing sorted. Now you know you can buy that girl and she'll fit fine. The turret the cannon or whatnot will go up and down quite a bit, up a decent amount. Obviously the turret will spin, and the index is a smart location. There, it's 90 degrees. Well, maybe that's a good location, because when it's forward, there's no way it's going to fall out. Okay. This antenna, you can choose to mount it in the up position. I chose to mount it in the down position in this little antenna tray, so I don't risk breaking it off. So that's a nice option you have. At first I just put in all the parts and then realized later it'd probably be better to paint them separately, like this metal bar, the shovel, this metal bar here. So yeah, they're separate pieces for a reason, so you can paint them easier. So it's very well thought out. The muffler as well. Okay, well the rubber tracks though, that's typical of these Meng things. You know, the paint just falls off very easily because they're rubber. I don't want to ever move this track because all this paint and stuff will crack off. I really wish they went to molded plastic like the trumpeter ones. I mean, the Meng makes realistic looking tanks, and I'm pretty sure they have plastic tracks. So why is it they can't do it for these? Do kids really play with these, I wonder? Because the parts are so sensitive. It's almost like I really doubt kids play with these, because it's a kind of a realistic model kit with all the small parts. So I think they should go to just realistic looking tracks. That's just me. Leave a comment what you think. So I used some weathering mud. I think it was Mr. Hobby, 2 kinds. And the stuff is fantastic. It's really good, easy to put on. And then afterwards I scraped it off with a wire brush. just to flatten it out, because it can lay on very thick. So you can see those strokes, those are all like a copper wire, brass wire brush. Alright, I guess that's it, because it's such a simple model. There was no problems though whatsoever, other than maybe a few parts were loose, but glue is pretty easy to realize. So let's just show off another light tank, the T-38. I don't know if this came before this one, or what. But this one, it forces you to use the antenna in the up position. So, and then the turret, see, I think if you played around with this, you're going to break it. And you definitely, if you played around with this will break. So, again, I kind of feel like they should just have more realistic tracks, because these really aren't toys, in my opinion. Even though they look like toys, they're cute and all. But Meng puts a lot of effort into these. Sorry for my runny nose, I got cat hairs in my nose. Alright, so there's a Tiger 1 tank from Meng with a winter job. I was thinking about doing a winter job on that, but no, I just did it. Just did this one. Maybe on the Panzer III I might do a winter camo. Not camo, just a winter wash. Alright, so you get an idea. The light tanks are very small. Makes sense. Heavy tank, very big. Makes sense. I think that's a great thing that Meng is doing here. Alright, let's get really close on this. And where's my little female character? She's a little too big, never mind. This Kinnikuman and blocking character. That's a little better. As usual, I'm a big fan of these kits, and eventually I will make all of them. So just hang tight. But I do have other model kits to make as well, and they all take time. Thanks for watching today. We'll see you in the next Meng Toons video.